This is Choose the Challenge. It's part 2 of our Project-Based Learning Plan and Implement series. I'm Leanna Sterling, and my website is inquirylearn.org. Here are some examples of challenge questions, and then we'll look at considerations in choosing a challenge. So those were examples of project-based learning challenge questions. And a list with many more examples is linked below. By the way, to see this link and all of our links, click on Show More. That's with the description of our video beneath the video on the YouTube screen. What's a project that you're thinking of providing? And if already you've provided project-based learning, what was the project? In our workshops, you collaborate and have feedback. So it will be good if we could have interaction in comments. Your questions, insights, and suggestions are welcome. In our introduction video, we had an overview of Best Quality Project-Based Learning's features. All these features work together to motivate students and forward their learning and retention of learning. But most intrinsically motivating for learners and effective for developing their positive agency is a real-life challenge, especially when they see how working to solve the challenge helps people or animals. High school students in Maine I worked with had the challenge, how can we create a sustainable practices garden? They knew they were helping because their sustainable practices help the public good, and they also knew more immediately they'd be helping because the produce would be going to our school cafeteria and to a local homeless shelter. A high school student was murdered in an ethnic religious hate crime. In the aftermath, students at the high school began an inquiry into hate crimes and how to overcome hate. They organized activities for their school community and the larger community to promote peace and tolerance. A recommended video about this project is Youth United, Enough is Enough. It's linked below. At any grade level, if you teach language arts, English, or whatever is your student's language, any project-based learning challenge can forward academic objectives. For example, in the ice hockey project I told you a bit about in our introduction video, my South Boston students' activities included reading, research including interviewing, writing, and verbally presenting. In addition, we use ice hockey vocabulary in our spelling lists and syllabication study. We also could have had debates. If you're developing a new project, a suggestion is to look at the examples at the beginning of this video again, and look at the more than 50 examples in the post linked below, and then write a draft challenge question. Once you do have a draft, consider if the challenge can be any more real life. For example, a dedicated social studies teacher has the curriculum objective: understand the relationship of nations' geography and history and their government and economics. This teacher assigned, how can we create a visual to compare three nations' geography, history, government, and economics? Could a real-life challenge forward the social studies objective? How about role-playing leaders of a new nation? How can we create its government and economic structures? With this real-life challenge, the comparison chart could be great as part of the background understanding students need in order to best create their new nation's government and economic structures. A suggestion is, after the project's hook, to ask for your students' input or consensus into the wording of the challenge question. Your students' challenge question will serve as a guide throughout their unit, and framing the project as a question sets in motion students' inquiry. Hope you find our video and the link spark some good ideas. If you appreciate this video, to help make it more accessible, give it a big thumbs up, and you're invited to subscribe at no cost by clicking on the red subscribe button. Thanks for all you do for learners. We'll see you next time.
Well, I got wheels.